Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of TerraTech. And on tonight's episode, we are going to be continuing where we left off with our exploration of this area, trying to find, a few bots that are really big to kind of level our guy up. And you can see that I have made a few changes to him. I went ahead and gave him some more wills here on the side, and then I went ahead and put a lot more big guns on the front right here. You can see it just looks really intimidating. And the reason behind this is I want to see if having the more guns will make my theory correct, which is with one shot I can destroy people or destroy blocks on an enemy that has a lot of shields, because with one barrage, one hit, I instantly destroy those blocks. Whether they are going to be repaired very quickly or not, they don't get to have that chance, and I think that's going to be the case, but I won't know until we try. Twitcher is the name of that bot. Curious George is the name of this one. I do like it. Don't really get to see too close. I really wish they put an item in the game maybe down the road that would allow you to... Ooh, yes. GSO grade 2. You know what? We don't really need that. We have a few of them already, so we're just going to leave that there for now. I'm probably going to regret that decision in the future and be like, oh, they're so freaking valuable. But yeah, I don't really have a place to put them yet because they don't work at the moment. I think it's going to be amazing once they do. But until that happens, they don't really, have a place in my inventory right now. And I'm not going to, stop the whole thing just to kind of pick that one up. Now I am kind of heading off in a direction I have not been before, which is over here towards that little red thing, the little red target, which is an enemy. And you can kind of see I've never been over here before because I have no bases, I have no pieces, nothing to kind of let me know this is an area that I need to come back to. So yeah, this is new, unexplored frontier here. Venture AA gun. I'm just gonna run this guy over, and when he comes out the back of me, he's gonna explode. So we are that big now, guys. We are that big. We don't even have to stop to attack these guys. We can literally run them over. And I don't know if you guys remember a few episodes back, our crab bot got destroyed while we were out there, and when we did that, I went ahead and just, holy crap, yes, I love the big guns, man. Just knocked them all the way. I was facing 3 enemies at once, and all of a sudden now I'm facing just one who's a little faster than I can actually aim. So as soon as he stops where he's going, I think my big guns are gonna get a beat on him, and they're just gonna wreck his face. There we go. Oh yes, that's beautiful. Okay, so my Venture Hailfire rifles were actually the ones that got the beat on him on that one. So it's nice to have a good combination of different weapons, especially the ones that auto-target. But remember, the auto-targeting ones have the issue of not being able to target fast enough and always firing behind the enemy. So having a good mix of weapons that are static, that are always firing in the same direction. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. With the big guns, it was less than one barrage, direct hit on him that just completely annihilated everything. The bot was destroyed, and he was a pretty decent sized bot. So I think you could get to the point where yeah, these things aren't even an issue anymore. You are literally just driving through, destroying everything in your path. And I can only imagine what multiplayer is going to be like once you can do that, because you're going to have people creating just like the craziest, silliest bots, and the design that you think works really well against these guys, because these guys are computer players and they're fairly smart. They will find your weak point and they will exploit it, and they're usually a lot faster and a lot more mobile than you are. But with that said, I think once you start getting players in there, you're going to have players who are going to be really good, and they're going to be even better than the computer players. And so you're going to have to defend yourself. You're going to have to design your bot based off of what other players do. So I played other MMOs and a lot of other multiplayer games that have the combat in there, and what you end up finding is you have two different sides. You have the guys that go big, that everybody wants to be, and then you have the guys who go very small and mobile that are designed specifically to take out the bigger guys. And if they're fighting anybody else but those bigger... Oh, yes, we finally got it. GeoCorp license upgrade 3. Congratulations, the GeoCorp has upgraded your license to grade 3. The following blocks can now be purchased at the GeoCorp trading station or constructed at the GeoCorp fabricator. Fantastic. Ooh, so you can construct these in the GeoCorp fabricator. I didn't know that. So we got the big block, we got the big wheels. Those were the two pieces we were really missing. We got the light, the battery, and the drill right there. So that is going to be amazing. And for those of you who have been kind of wondering what we were, waiting on to get that, like why we were so, set to define that. Where is my little terminal? Do I not have one on this bot? Maybe I don't have. I was going to show you guys real quick the bot that I'm building. It's a base bot. I'll show it to you at the end of this video. We'll go into the R&D and I'll show you where it is right now. It's kind of the basics. It's just the frame set up the way it is. And the reason I went more basic than actually putting all the base pieces on there and everything like that is, one, obviously it's going to cost more if I put the base pieces on there. And two, I don't have access to buy all the pieces just yet. So putting more advanced pieces on there is fantastic. Unfortunately, it stops you from being able to buy the piece at all. So I kind of wanted to get the bare basics, the framework into the game, into this actual Let's Play of what we're doing right here. And then as we get further in and we have more pieces to work with, which we have tons and tons of pieces to work with right now, we'd be able to add them on ourselves. And then we'll just save that design that we can use at a later date, maybe in another Let's Play or something like that if we want to. But yeah, trying to get everything in there at once because you built it over in the R&D and bring it into the game, it really kind of hampers when you're able to use it. So what I would suggest is building yourself whatever bot that you're trying to do. And I'm getting stuck here. This guy just does not have the thrust to get up this hill. It's just way too thick for him, or way too big for him, for his strength. He needs a lot more wheels. Again, not the most perfect design bot ever, but he is incredibly powerful. So you kind of have to decide whether you want that strength versus agility kind of thing. And that's why I was talking about when you have multiplayer, you usually have one guy go, more over in one direction, another one go more over into the other direction, and you don't really find anybody in between, because if you go with a little bit of agility and a little bit defense, you get destroyed by the big guys and you get out mobilized by the small guys, and they just kind of spin around you and destroy you. So yeah, that's definitely going to be something I'm really looking forward to, and I know a lot of you out there are looking forward to the same thing. I don't know when they have plans to add multiplayer in. I hope it's soon. I know it's going to be fantastic once they do, because they don't really even need to integrate any new mechanics into the game. Like, all they need to do is allow you to join somebody else's game. Like, all the mechanics are already in there. We all have our bots already built. We're going to be using the pieces that are already there. Weapons already work the way they're supposed to. So, yeah, I don't really think they need to do too much work other than maybe just getting, like, the servers up and working out, like, all the details of who joins what and how they join. I am going to be going into this little gorge right here, even though I probably shouldn't, because we're probably going to get stuck. We'll have to go back out the same way we came in. But there's 3 bots in here, and I'm going to destroy them. We don't really need the experience anymore, but we want to get our thing up to at least to grade 4, because I think they're going to be adding stuff in at some point in the future to that point. And we may not have to restart, and sometimes you don't have to. Sometimes you do, but I'm hoping they might fix that in the future. Again, that you don't always have to restart your game every time they do a pretty big update, but we'll have to see how that works out. The Mandible Mini. All right, Mandible Mini, you're the last man kind of standing. Not really standing, you're just kind of, yeah, laying there. Okay, let me go destroy you, because you are actually attacking me with, I think it's mortars. Oh, yes, you're gone. You're gone, my little friend. Oh, what'd you drop on me? What is that? What is that, actually? I don't know what this is. Oh, it's a TerraTech cab. Okay, so that's not bad. I think I've already had access to those, but you give me a TerraTech, we'll take it. Let's see, can we get over this hill? We're going to give it a shot. Nope, not going to happen. We have all these melee things sticking out there, and I think what it is these big cannons in the front. I put them too far out. I would preferably like to have them a little bit further back, but I didn't want to sit there and redesign the entire bot just to put on, 2 more cannons, but definitely should kind of come in here and do that. Now you'll see that I do have layers underneath here where there's a little gap in between these blocks. Ideally, I would like to see hailfire rifles or some of the other different types of weapons that we maybe don't use too often stuck in there. Oh no, not another one of these guys. Oh my god, if you guys missed the last episode, these will freaking bog down your computer like crazy. They don't really attack. I think only one side has the ability to shoot at you, and it's with those melee weapons. It's like the little laser sword thing or whatever, and it's on the very, very bottom row right there in the front. You'll see it. I want to see if these guys will attack it, actually. Doesn't seem like they are. Oh, are they? Yes, they are. Okay, let's actually watch this battle. I want to see how long it takes Venture bots to destroy this thing and whether this thing actually wins. See, you can see the little laser gun. It's not even a gun. It's a sword type thing shooting out. It only has a certain amount of range to it, so it doesn't make it, you know, incredibly great. I can't see the other side, really. There's another couple of bots over there attacking. Yeah, I think they're doing more damage on that side than this one. But yeah, it's just not able to reach. And the wheels are so bogged down that it can't move. I don't know who designed this and for what reason. Like, what bot were they thinking this would be really, really, you know, dangerous against? Or maybe they were just doing what I do, which is just, does it look cool? Because I think it does. You know, big giant square with, you know, all these drill bits on them, and just it's very, very wicked looking. But at the same time, no, I mean, it needs to be a little bit more functional than just cool. And this one is just definitely cool and almost no function to it. So let's see if we can get around to the other side. Oh yeah, they're decimating it on this end. It takes them a little bit though, man. They've been sitting there for a few minutes, and yeah, we're gonna go in there and mop them up while they're busy. Let's see if we can get the right shot. I wonder which one it's going to aim at first, because you don't get to target. There's no auto-targeting and saying, I want this one to be the high priority. If there's multiple bots, it picks, I guess, what the nearest one and just fires at them. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, you guys are gone. You guys are gone, baby. All right, come on. Blow it up. Blow it up. How many shots will it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop? I don't know. We're going to find out. Oh, wait, before you destroy it. Let me look into the center. I want to see what's in there. Oh, we need to destroy a few more blocks. One more. Oh, that's it. That was it. Wow. All right, we're going to leave all those there. I should pick them up, but that's just, it takes forever to pick those things up, man. And see, what I'm talking about, the game is already kind of glitching out a little bit here and there because of that one. The further we get away from that, the better off we're going to be. But yeah, that thing is so massive. I want to create a huge bot, and that's the one I was talking about designing, is the base bot. It's still lagging out over here. I probably should have picked all that stuff up so we could get a little bit faster away from it. But like I said, it takes a long time to pick that up. And it also has the misfortune of getting bogged down as well. Is there not anything here? I'm on the question mark, but I don't see anything. Oh, here we go. What's that noise? Oh, it's an ambush, guys. Lee Scorpio and the Downtrodden. Downtrodden, you're going to stay that way, I guess, because you don't have a chance to destroy this dude. Come on, get it. Yes. All right, you're going to launch more? You going to launch more? Maybe. What's over there in that direction? All clear, enemies destroyed. All right, so no more new ones. You know what we need to do? We need to get into some of the flatter areas so we can start finding more Venture to go ahead and level up on, because those were still on grade 2. And speaking of Venture, we're going to run across one right here, driving Venture. There we go. Didn't give us any experience, though. That's unfortunate. All right, let's see if we can head this way. We've kind of been heading off in this one direction, and I don't know, we're getting more GeoCorp than we really need. Oh my god, so much lag from that one bot. Thing is ridiculous. Okay, yeah, now we're getting into some flat land. This is where we should find a few more Venture bots. Now they're going to be a little bit harder to destroy, a little bit harder to kill, unless you get that initial shot, because they are so much faster. Oh, there we go. Grade 3 on both of them. Nice. Congratulations. The Venture has upgraded your license to grade 3. The following blocks can now be purchased at the Venture Trading Station or constructed with the Venture Fabricator. So we get the big wheels for Venture. We get the double lights, spotlight ones. We get some brackets. We get the Uzis, and what's that other thing? Is that the speedometer? I think that might be the speedometer, the speed gauge of how fast you're actually going, which, you know, doesn't really add too much to the bot in ways of functionality, but it's really cool when you're testing out new ideas that aren't in the R&D. If you're in the R&D, it automatically gives you the speed limit. But if you're not in the R&D and you want to know, is this bot really faster than the other one? It seems like it is, but it's so close, you know, that thing is going to give you that direct measurement. So instead of saying, oh, you know, this one is like 31 miles an hour. This one goes to 32. Now I know for sure. It's only 1 mile faster, or 1 mile an hour faster, I should say, but it's letting you know that you're on the right track. Whatever changes you made, make a few more like that, and you might be able to, jump that up a little bit higher. Now, sometimes smaller is better for the venture. I hate to say it because, I like going big, but you go too big with venture, even if it means putting on a whole bunch of fuel tanks and boosters and things of that sort, you're still not going to be faster than the smaller guy. And it just comes down to weight. Weight is everything when you're talking about speed. It's the same thing when you go with like NASCAR. They are constantly trying to, work out the combination of the two. Which one do we want? Power versus weight. You really can't go too far over a certain weight limit, and then you're just going to lose out on everything. Same thing the shuttle has to worry about as well. They have to be able to break orbit, and they have to worry about the weight limit of what they have. And there becomes a certain point where when you add more weight, and then you're going to add more fuel, well, that fuel adds weight as well. And that's more weight that you're going to have to take into account, more fuel you're going to have to carry just for the fuel you're already carrying. And it becomes this vicious circle where there's just no way you're ever going to launch that craft. So yeah, you do need to take all of that into account, and hopefully you find the right balance for what you're trying to achieve. It is very, very difficult, though, to get something that goes incredibly fast. It's I have yet to do. Ooh, let's go back. I think that was a GeoCorp wireless charger, right? Let me look at it, see if it will give me a description. GeoCorp remote. Okay, so I think that is a GeoCorp wireless charger. So it will charge up batteries and things of that sort from further away. It also charges up faster. So instead of having to put like one on every single one of your solar reactors, you can put one on, say, like 3 of them and still be able to transfer all the power it's able to give you just as fast. Now, I'm going off in a very, very long kind of direction out here, and at some point we're going to need to turn around so that we can get back to our base and build stuff. But I may just build another base out here. We have tons and tons of stuff over at our other base. We don't really need to always be built over there anyways, because like I said, the more stuff you have in one area, the more the computer has to render in that area. It's kind of like in Minecraft, the further out you go, the more the map renders for that area. But this one, it seems like once you get far enough away from a certain spot, it stops taking into account those other blocks. Like, they're still there, you go back, everything's still going to be where it's at. It's just not really rendering those, so it's not using the resources for that. And, the reason I mention that a lot is because I know a lot of you out there, you don't have state-of-the-art computers. You're not going to be running this on a rig that's just going to be able to handle whatever you throw at it. So there's little tricks of the trade that I've learned, because I've played this on a, about 6 or 7 year old computer, and I know what bogged it down when I was doing that. And I played it on this computer, which is maybe like 6 months old at max, and it runs the game incredibly well, but there's still a few things that will bog this thing down. So depending on what your rig makeup is, you're going to have to worry about things like that. What is that? What is that? That looks like something cool. That is a... Ooh, okay, we'll take that. That is one of those stands you can put down on the ground so that you can create a platform, a guard tower or something along those lines. And I did have an idea on one of my last playthroughs so that we could do a umbrella type guard tower. It's going to have like this big umbrella top with all the recharge bubbles and shields and all the stuff that we're going to do throughout the entire thing. And each one was going to be colored differently based off of the lights we put on it. And then we'd be, building like roads that we could put, like 2 of them on one on either side of the road, and you'd be able to just drive down the middle of it and know that you were absolutely perfectly safe. And you'd even be able to add stuff to it that would be able to pick up the pieces when you destroyed enemies and refine them or take them back to their base components and then sell those off. So you'd be constantly making money as the enemies dropped there in areas that you had decided were going to be yours, like your territory. Anything spawns in this territory, we destroy, we refine, we harvest, and I don't need to always keep coming back to do that. These things will do it for me, So that was something that I had an idea of doing. Never really got to the point where we could do it, mainly for the fact that they spawn so often on that playthrough. That was another patch ago, and they were just crazy on their spawns, so much so that you couldn't ever keep up with. I don't care if that's all you did was go off and destroy the enemies around your base and pick stuff up. Even with like AI modules doing it for you, they were responding like one every like 4 or 5 seconds, and it was just too much, way too much. We destroyed that guy in like 2 hits. Holy crap! Oh my god! And that guy had the big guns on him too. Oh, so much good stuff. Oh man, that is nuts. This guy is way overpowered, I think, for most of the bots we're going to come across. Yeah, this is nuts right here. Okay, so I think we're going to stop right here, guys. Let me save and exit. We're going to go over to the R&D, and I am going to show you my big base spot for a few minutes before we end the episode, because I think that guy is going to be pretty nice once he's fully done. So let's go on R&D. Let's load tech. We still have that basketball, or the basketball we should fix at some point. Okay, so it's still loading stuff. Let's see. Which was it? Was it door? I think it was. Yeah, well, let's go on to door. I know door was the bigger version of it, but it's all right. That's gonna work out fine. This one, I just kind of built this this giant thing on the top to see how high it would go, and this is the height of the bot that you could possibly get to, and this is the max distance from one side to the other side that you're allowed to get to, and from the front to the back that you're allowed to get to. Now you'll see that I left spaces in between the wheels back here so that we could add the you know, tractors and all the other stuff that we need to do to slowly build it up and kind of get it up here on this flat level. And this flat level is where I was going to put all of the base pieces. But now that we have access to buy batteries, I'm thinking, because this design is already saved, I'm going to go in here and remove a lot of these square pieces, pretty much all of them probably, and put down batteries. And batteries, you know, this thing's going to need a ton of them, and I don't want to have to sit there and recharge it up all the time. And you'll see it has 3 layers of wheels on this side and 3 layers of wheels on this side, and one down the center that's just kind of open. And the reason I wanted to do that is I'm not sure what I'm going to use that for just yet. Maybe a gauntlet of bring the enemies in and have all these weapons down there that destroy it, or maybe I'll put down another set of wheels here of a different type, maybe Venture or something like that, to give myself that little momentum, that little boost of speed or something like that. You can see all the wheels have one space in between them, so it allows them to turn. In fact, let's take this sucker out, and you can see it move a little bit. It does look weird with that giant door up there, but yeah, it's going to need boosters, so I'm thinking maybe down on one of the rows, maybe not on the bottom, because, you know, the bottom's going to be the most vulnerable. But you can see it moves really well. It's just so big. But yeah, it's going to need a lot of boosters. It's going to need a lot of fuel tanks, because as it goes over some of these really massively big hills, because it is so wide and so long, it's going to get stuck on things. And really one of the only ways to get out of that is boosters, from what I've seen. So if we come over here, let's back it up a little bit more so we can kind of line it up a little bit. We're going to show you that it will go over this. It's going to go over it at an angle too, but I kind of want to go over all of it, so I'm just trying to line that up. There you go. See, it's going over it, and with this right here, boosters would be playing a big role in just kind of pushing us past that limit, because you can see it's going to get bogged down as it comes up to that other hill. It just doesn't have the strength on one side. You can see it's not stopping. It's trying to get up that thing. It just doesn't have the push that it needs. And you can imagine once you have weapons on every stage of this side right here. So that's why I made it a step, is I wanted to be able to put weapons on here. Now, whether they're Venture Hailfire rifles on here or the big guns that are going to weigh your bot down even more, you're going to have the ability to throw whatever you want on it. It also has one space in the front. As you can see right there, the wheels come out just one more before it maxes out, so that you can put whatever you want on there. So if you want to have the stud lasers completely covering the front, or if you want to put you know, some other type of weapon up there, you're more than welcome to do that. It really does give you that leeway to design as much as you want. And then I have this one row right here in the front as well, because I'm thinking that's where I'll put the big weapons, the big heavy-duty ones. And maybe up here as well, I'll have a couple more rows where they can do that. But this is just the basic. It's just the bare bones model of what you can start with, and then from there you can go crazy with it. And the same thing back here, I wanted to be able to protect themselves as well. But yeah, so much room down here on the bottom to put whatever you want. You know, whether it's shields or recharge bubbles or fuel tanks. And then up here on the top, the base. The base is going to be beautiful. Like, so much room, so much flat, beautiful area to work with and create just the most extensive and best working base possible. And the beauty part about it is because it is up off of the ground, you can see underneath the wheels right there that if you put the right pieces down here, such as those receivers, it's going to be able to pick up not just resources, but regular blocks, and then have them come up this way with the conveyors or with the step conveyors if you want to go that route, and come up here to your base. And then you can have them split off and go into different directions and either refine them into things, sell them. So everything in the game that you pick up, you're going to be able to instantly, you know, convert into something, into money, into blocks, into whatever. And because this thing is so big and so wide, it's going to be able to pick up everything you destroy. You won't have to go around in circles and try to, you know, pick up the one block here and the one block there. No, there's plenty of space here for you to do that. And yeah, it's going to be amazing. Now, do you want to go up all the way to the top? I am guessing probably not, because you can imagine, like, look at this. This right here alone is going to bog down the wheels once you get this thing fully loaded with all the base pieces and all the stuff that's in it. When you go up all the way up here, I don't know if the wheels are going to be able to support that until they come out with some kind of like anti-grav ability. I mean, maybe you can do that. Maybe you can go into build mode down here and put some of those you know, tractor or whatever they call them, those hover pads down here on the bottom to help with the weight of this bot, because you're probably going to need that anyways, just for the regular base pieces. But again, like I said, I wanted to go bare bones model before I started getting too intricate in that. Now, I don't know if it makes a big difference to put the hover pads down here on the bottom versus putting them on another layer, such as this layer right here, the second layer of the bot, you know, like right up into this area. If you put them right there, does that still negate the weight, or is it just too far off the ground? If any of you guys know that answer, definitely leave those comments down below, because that's going to help people design their bot a little bit more. Because if you can have multiple layers of your bot, and on each one of those layers on the roof, put down those hover pads, and that negates a little bit more of the weight, you might be able to get up to this limit right here just fine and still be able to do fairly well with that. But I don't think you're probably going to want to go past this top point right here, you know, past where these corner pieces are with GeoCorp. Like, you really don't need that extra weight. You can probably do all these other layers with Venture, and you're going to get more space out of it because they're not as big, they weigh less, and I doubt very much you're going to get hit with anything up to this point. Like, you know, even if you come across a massive bot, they're probably not going to shoot that high. I mean, even with the mortars and things of that sort, I find it very doubtful that they're going to get up to this point, but maybe. But yeah, very, very large bot. You can see over here when you get close to all the pieces, it puts it into perspective just how small this area really is. We come over here to the resources, you can see that too, just how small those resources are. And you'll probably be able to run over those things fairly decently. I mean, you may have to put some extra wheels down on the bottom, such as the hub wheels down on the very, very bottom of some of these pieces in the front and the back to give yourself that traction. But man, these resources are looking pretty pathetic compared to these. Yeah, that's just massive. This is the biggest bot I've ever designed. It does need a little bit of work, but I think it's coming along pretty well, and it's taken a long time to get it on here. The more pieces you put onto this, the longer it takes the game to recognize that you're putting pieces down. Like, when I come over here to this piece right here, and I click on the shield bubble, and then I come down here at the bottom, and I want to put something there, you can kind of see that it did this little sheen of all the little dots, and it took a second. It took a second to do that. I click it again, and it takes another couple of seconds, and then the bottom comes in there. And the more pieces you put in there, the longer that takes. So putting these wheels on here may seem like snap, 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 snap. It wasn't. It was snap, wait for the game to recognize I'm putting another piece down, snap, wait for the game, and keep doing that again and again and again. And that's why I've really kind of taken my time with this, and yeah, at least 10 hours worth of work here just to get to this point, but beautiful, I think. But guys, I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode here. I do want to thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and I will be making more episodes here in the future. We're going to be going back to our daily routine. Probably Monday is when we're going to be getting back to that, because again, I have my my brother and his family coming down to stay with me, and I'm doing a lot of construction. I'm actually redoing my entertainment room, which is where I do these recordings. I'm getting, you know, the 6-screen, you know, monitor, you know, like the, what did they call that, the the battle station kind of thing with the monitors set up on the desk, and my microphone all set up, and I'm redoing everything. So, and hopefully I'll be adding the webcam in fairly soon as well once all that is done and worked out, and I think it looks pretty cool. But yeah, definitely look forward to that, and I will definitely catch you all next time. Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that, of that particular game style, of that series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future. So if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention, and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.